Every time I play League, 95% of the time I want to play Rek'Sai. For a time, I was a jungle player, and even got to Diamond only playing Rek'Sai jungle. And eventually I started playing topside, and it felt easy at first, and it became increasingly difficult very quickly. I was able to get Diamond and jungle with a win rate of 70%. In top lane, how about 55%? I was able to optimize Rek'Sai, switching from an Ignite setup with tank items to a teleport setup with bruiser items, even learning my personal limits with matchups like Aatrox, Vayne, or Rumble. That being said, once I hit Masters, I seemed to hit a plateau. For about 50 games it seemed. Something wasn't clicking right. I seemed to be stuck. Why? Is this the limit of topside? And I would think that to myself, and that thought genuinely frustrated me. I would think about what I could do to mitigate the issues of topside. But it's difficult because it seemed that I had the build down. But I played a game and I randomly stumbled upon this Yone who was running fleet and seemed to really utilize the properties of the movement speed and the heal. So I decided to copy him. And truly it felt really good. It felt amazing. So I tried again and again and again. Then before long I realized I had found a good prospect for a solution for my fundamental issue with Rek'Sai top. Let me explain why. Number 1. Rek'Sai has a very big issue, especially once you get higher elo as a top lane player. A lot of different top laners have good abilities to space you out. Think of Yone, Gwen, Renekton, Darius, ranged top laners, etc. Even characters like Nasus can outplay a Rek'Sai in lane because she has a very big detriment to herself. Her burrow ability is what you want to start fights with, right? Well, the issue with this in top lane is that you are reducing your champion's range for attacking someone else. Yes, you get 5 move speed, but that usually doesn't help you. I found that many top laners will capitalize on your poor range and slowly poke you out. This is why a character like Aatrox is very hard for Rek'Sai. But number 2, let's go over what this new rune setup fixes. There are 3 new runes I use: Fleet, Celerity, and Scorch. All of these are more focused on the early game. Fleet heals you, gives you move speed to play in and out better than when you are burrowed. Then once the enemy has to commit to you because of the move speed, you can burrow and continue the fight, or burrow and tunnel away and leave. Before, if you walked up for the last hit, many enemies could freely punish you, and there was little you could do about it. Over the course of a game, this could mean you having to concede 50 CS, 30 CS, 100 CS, just because your champion was not capable of farming safely. Celerity gives you 3 more move speed initially. Combine that with your W, now you go from base 340 move speed to 348 move speed, which is actually noticeable. You can make it so things like Yone Q can't space you out as quite as easily once you get boots. This also pairs with Fleet and pairs with Rek'Sai in the late game, as you are able to get more move speed from ranks in your W. Lastly, Scorch gives you extra damage in lane since 1, you are missing out on extra conqueror damage, but I'll explain why that isn't really a big deal. And 2, helps you in your goal of chipping down enemies in lane with your sustain. Number 3. You may be wondering why I'm conceding conqueror. Let me explain. Rek'Sai now has scalings that aren't as good as they used to be. She used to have scalings equivalent to an assassin. That's why she was played like one when Prowler's Claw was around. Now her scalings aren't that impressive. So why take a rune that gives you more AD if my AD scalings aren't rewarded? Why play to a point where I can scale my champion, but my champion is struggling to stay even in lane? Conqueror just gives you more value once you hit your power spike of Titanic, but the problem is getting to Titanic. If you get denied minions and struggle to contest for your jungler or to push or what have you, you will delay your power spike much more than your enemy gets delayed, and that affects you for the rest of the game. Number 4. I try to keep my build fairly consistent over many games, so when things go wrong, I blame my actions and decisions, not my build or runes. This is a rune setup I randomly came across, mostly out of frustration of top lane Rek'Sai, but I'm very glad I found it. I've been enjoying a lot of success with it. It fixes a very large issue I've known about ever since I started playing topside initially, about 2 years ago, I'd say. If any of you also played Rek'Sai top, I would highly encourage you to try this setup and tell me what you think of it and give me your feedback about it. Play more focused towards your Titanic. Don't be super aggressive in lane. Try to play to a point to where you can get that Titanic, because once you can, your trade pattern becomes very oppressive for the enemy laner. If you guys have any questions, I will elaborate in the comments below, and I really appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you.